What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow. Like always, chilling with those two little vatos, Averno, Atlantis. And so we went to Visalia Comic Con, another Ohana Comic Con. As always, cheap to get in. Visalia is the sister city to where I live in the Central Valley, California, in Big Tulare, aka T-Town. So again, like always, cheap to get in. All the vendors are cool. Bought most of my stuff from my main guy that I always see at these things. He came through with the big 50 cent comic collection. Not collection, but selection. And I bought a few dollar books and a graphic novel. So I'll put a link to the Ohana Comic Con in the thing. If you're in the Valley or in California, they do shows all over the place. I recommend going. They're not big shows, but it's just all comics and toys and just usually. And they always usually do like a cosplay contest. It's a good time. Cool vendors, good prices. Cheap admission. It was like $5 to get in, or $6 to get in with your coupon. So let's get to it. So I'm going to show some of these dollar books that I bought. I probably wouldn't have bought these if my internet wouldn't have failed me, and I couldn't look them up. I knew that I had seen them before, and they go for something. So I got these. I figure I'll trade them and get something that I'm actually more into. So this is Cyber Frog number 2, Cyber Frog number 3 from Harris Comics, and Cyber Frog number 4. I wasn't sure. I could have swore, from watching the videos that there were something, so I picked them up. My internet failed me. I couldn't look it up to see what they're worth. They're only worth like a couple of dollars. I think like $4, $2, $3, and I paid $1 for them, so not really a huge flip or anything. But I don't know. Maybe if somebody else is looking for them, I can help them out. So next I got this Lady Death Wicked Ways number 3. I always buy these when I can find them. I really don't see them that much in the really cheap bins, so $1 book. I always get these for my son. Sonny boy, if you're watching this, love you, kid. Very proud of you. Congratulations to you. He just got a job. Not his first job, but he just got a job. And he's making some nice steps. And so, again, love you, Sonny boy. I got that for you. He likes Lady Death. He likes Evil Ernie. So, again, I always pick those up for him when I can find them. And then I got this Avengers number 1 because I had picked up a few Avengers book from this run. Those of you who watch my videos know I'm a big John Romita Jr. guy. I get these mostly for the art, and putting together a run of this heroic age Avengers run that he's on, and so I just picked that up, number 1, for $1. It's really not very good condition. I might have been better off waiting and finding it in a 50-cent bin. I probably have come across it before and never picked it up, but oh well. It's $3.99 cover price for $1. What am I bitching about, right? So that was the one vendor who had the dollar books. Then the rest of these, except for the hardback I'm going to show at the end, were from my main guy. I got to find out his name one of these days. Let's start with some of the indie stuff. Dark Horse, Grand Old Behold the Devil, Matt Wagner. I figure I can't really go wrong with that shit. And I'm picking up this Behold the Devil series. This is number 4 out of 8. I believe that makes me about halfway through the run. I thought I had more, but I was looking through it and I realized I didn't. So again, that got me about halfway through. Good Matt Wagner art, so that's always cool. And then, so I got some more indie stuff. Another Lady Death. This one isn't Wicked Ways. I think this is just like the regular series or something. I don't know. Oh no, this is Between Heaven and Hell, number 2 of 4. Number 2 of 4. So I my son has a couple of these already. So that's for him. Then I bought this, another Chaos Evil Ernie from a Boy. These ones weren't. I didn't realize how thin it is because there's actually 2 of them in there, but it's only like a couple pages. It's all like just like pinups by different people. But I guess it was worth it for 50 cents. More. Man, I actually got quite a few books for not quite a few, but I got a few books for Sonny Boy this time. Here's Faust. I like Tim Vigil too, but I've been buying these books for him. He likes the gory shit in there. It's Act 3 of, what is it? The storyline? Love of the Damned. I think it's Love of the Damned. I think it is. Was that the name of the movie? Is Love of the Damned? Fuck it, whatever. I won't waste too much time on that. Again, like he likes that gory stuff. I like Tim Vigil too, and Faust series was kind of cool. I actually got love for the Faust movie. It's like super low budget, but it's a fun. Especially, I'm probably gonna watch it for this Halloween. I'll throw it on. A lot of metal and gore. And then this one is Guy Davis, The Marquise. This is issue 3 of 5. I have issue number 1, and it's pretty cool actually. This guy is the main character, and he can see like the people that are demons, and you know, he executes them and stuff like that. Kind of a religious themed hero. It's pretty cool though. Like I said, I like the first issue, so I found it. I never seen any other ones, so I picked it up. Now that I know that it's like a 6-issue series, I'm gonna look for the rest of them. Hopefully I can find them. So that was the indie stuff. Those were all. So this guy, I ended up, what I paid, they were 50 cents each, but what I actually paid him for the whole lot, they ended up coming out to like about 40 cents each. So here's some Image. The Ride. Oh, look at Adam Hughes cover. Woo! Adam Hughes. I'm not really. I mean, I like Adam Hughes, but I don't buy shit just for the Adam Hughes cover. Anyways, but I like this. I have a issue of it. It's like an anthology. The Ride. So I've been picking these up, especially when I can find them for cheap. It's all black and white, but it's pretty cool. This one has Wagner, Matt Wagner. What's Hamner's first name? Corey. Then there's Brian Stilfreeze, and I don't know who Gardner is. This one is Coley Hamner. That's it, Coley. So this one has Chuck Dixon, I don't know, Gregory, and Coley Hamner. Again, The Ride, 2 Road. 2 for the Road. And that's a nice Dave Johnson cover. So those, like I said, those are fun reads. They're little short stories, anthology style. Then more from Image, I got Battle Pope. These are the color Image ones. I love Battle Pope. Shit's hilarious. So I pick these up whenever I see them for cheap too. I'm almost sure I don't have these, so that's cool. There's number 12. Is that his name? Kirkman? Whatever his name is, Kirkman. The Walking Dead guy. Everybody knows him. There's another Battle Pope, number 14. That's it for the Image stuff. Alright, so now I got this The Authority, number 2 of Revolution. Ed Brubaker, good writer. Dustin Gwynn, awesome artist. So I started picking these up. I wasn't getting them at first when I would see them, and then I was like, man, I can't. It has to be decent. They're good characters, good writer, good artist. Here's number 2 and number 3. So yeah, I'm getting started. I think it's a 12-part story, and I have like maybe 1 or 2 other issues. So there's that. And I only got one DC. I got 2 DC books. Clarion, the Witch Boy. Grant Morrison, Fraser Irving. I dig Fraser Irving's art. I'm not really into Clarion, but I have number 4 that I got in like one of those mystery bag things that was a fucking bust. I knew when I see people doing those and doing the opening and they get all this cool shit, and I was like, I always want to try it, and I would say I don't have the courage. So one time I didn't even try it. My girlfriend picked it up for me, and it ended up being a bust. But Clarion was one of the ones that I kept just for the Fraser Irving art. But Grant Morrison, you know, I'm sure as everyone knows, he's a good writer. I enjoy his stuff. So if it's a number 1, I got it. So I'm gonna read this and decide if I want to keep it, and then I'll fill in the number 2 and 3. If I don't like this, then I'm just gonna get rid of both of them. So then I bought this. I mean, for that price, Damian Scott, I collect Damian Scott. I'm collecting his his Batgirl, and his Robin runs. And my close friend of mine, he never watches these videos, but I shot him out anyways, little bastard Ray. So I noticed that he was collecting Batgirl, and I was telling him, yeah, you know, I like Batgirl too, that run, because I noticed that he was collecting some Damian Scott issues. So I showed this to him, and he was looking at the house, and he liked it. So I was like, I couldn't really just let it sit there, so I picked it up. This isn't actually the copy. I already gave it to him. This is actually my copy. I just wanted to show it. If you guys don't know Damian Scott, he has real graffiti hip-hop style. I'm a big fan of. Like, this whole... In the solo series is just like, you know, focused on the artist. And his stuff, like, in here is all, like, markers. It looks like he does everything in marker, which I think is dope. So that's a real cool book. I recommend it to anyone if you find it, especially if you find it for cheap. And also just, you know, check out Damian Scott. Yeah, again, so I only had a couple DC books, and then I'll show this too, a Wizard. Oh, more Adam Hughes. Again, I like Adam Hughes, but it's not like I'm not like a hardcore, you know, pick up everything he does. But I like buying these Wizard magazines. They're fun to read. Like, it's like a little time capsule. You know, it takes you back to whatever this issue comes out. I need to start figuring out which ones I have already, so I don't buy, you know, multiple copies. But for what the price I paid, it was worth it. I looked through my magazines. I realized I don't have it, so it's all good. So, and I guess there's 2 covers. See, I've done that before too. I bought the same issue of Wizard, and I already had it, but just with a different cover. So that's it for those. Now the rest of this is all Marvel. So if you're not into Marvel, I guess you could tune out, but hopefully you'll stick around. So I got a Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man, number 43. By Wells and Mahfood. I never really read much of anything by Wells. I think Zeb Wells is his name, but it's Spidey, and I am a pretty big fan of Jim Mahfood, aka Food One. I guess this is a 2-issue arc, so I'm gonna have to look out for the other one. I don't know if the other one is 42 or 44, but I know it's a 2-issue arc, so I'm gonna have to check it out. If you guys don't know Bill Mahfood, he has a real street style, real interesting guy. Like, I follow him on Instagram and stuff like that. I've met him a couple times too. He's a real cool guy. Very much into hip hop and a lot of cool shit. So then I got Ultimates number 6. Now I was buying these back when they came out, but I missed a bunch of issues, like half of them. I had like the first 2, and then I had the first one for sure, and then I missed a couple, and then I got another. I have, throughout the 12-issue run, so I'm filling in those gaps that I needed to get. There's number 8. I don't think there's anything I could say that everybody doesn't already know about this series. It is what it is. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And here's number 10. And next I got some Punisher. This is Punisher Max. I actually didn't realize what I had bought here. I thought this was the Punisher Barracuda storyline, but this is actually Punisher Presents Barracuda. I probably would have passed on it if I realized that, but once I got it and I cracked it open, this is number 5 of 5. It looks pretty cool. So now I'm like, well, shit. I think I'm just gonna at least, especially if I can find number 1, I'll get it and then see how I like it. So I don't want to read number 5 and spoil the whole shit. So I think I'm gonna try and find the rest of these. And $3.99 price tag for less than 50 cents. All right, and next I got some more Punisher. Punisher POV number 4 of 4. So I believe I only have 1 issue left of that. Team of Starlin and Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson, which actually right now I'm currently reading Batman the Cult by the same creative team, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm on the second of 3 issues. I'm at the very end of it, and the art, I tell the truth, I wasn't really very, very familiar with Bernie Wrightson, and he's bad, man. All I ever really know Bernie Wrightson for was Swamp Thing, which I never got into very much. But man, his art is nice. So I'm glad that I started picking these up. I only got, like I said, 1 more issue. I'm sure if this team could do a good Batman story, I would bet money that they do a good Punisher story. So next up, I got some Cap, because that's my dude. This is Heroes Return, Captain America number 3. Another one of my guys, Namor. This is the Mark Waid run. Ron Garney. I like those. I like the Reborn. So I figure I'll get a nice run on the. I already have a run of the later issues, so I figure just get it, especially when they're cheap like that. And again, my dude John Romita Jr. I've been working on this run right here. Captain America from was this Marvel Now? Yeah, Marvel Now. What number is this? Number 4. So I'm putting together that early run. So far, so good. Let me get this out of the way before they start to fall. Next up, The Inevitable Iron Man, number 1 of 6. Mission complete. Very happy. Got all 6 of these. As if you guys watch my videos, you probably know, I'm a Joe Casey fan, and like I was just talking about with Clarion the Witch Boy, Fraser Irving, badass art. I like his art. Maybe it doesn't flow as good as some artists as far as interiors go. Badass covers though, and there's always like you'll see just some like nice art in there. Like I said, like he don't got the flow from panel to panel like my man John Romita Jr., but still, you know, it's good art. And Joe Casey, I really enjoyed Joe Casey's The Mandarin Iron Man book that he did, or series. I have the graphic novel. I think they were single issues though, but it's really good. So I have high hopes for this 6-issue series. Speaking of Joe Casey, I have Deathlock, and the rest of the issues are by Joe Casey and Leo Manco. This one is by, I believe, Paul Smith, which I don't mind. Paul Smith is cool. I like his stuff. And that's number 6, and this is number 11 of 12. And so then there was another vendor that had a bunch of trades and a bunch of hardbacks, and they were good price, man. They were anything under $39.99 was $5. From $39.99 to $49 was $10, and anything over that was $15. So I got this here, Thor for Asgard. I'm not familiar with the writer Robert Rhodey, but Simone Bianchi, badass art. And for $5, I figure I can't go wrong. It's a hardback, really nice. Looks to be in great condition. And I actually got my brother, my big bro, to go with me to this comic book show that is close. It was in town. I went and picked him up, him and his son, my nephew. Shout outs to them. What up, Big Earn Dog? And my nephew, Dallas. They went with me, and we added to the good time. Like I'm glad that they went. My brother hasn't been into comics in a long time, in forever, but he actually bought a Wolverine hardback like this. Also, Simone Bianchi Sabretooth, the one with Romulus, and I just remember I would look at that whenever I'd go into Borders, and it was awesome. So I told my brother, I was like, hey, you know, because he asked me if I seen any good hardbacks, let him know. I told him, hey, check this out, man. Like, this is good. If he wouldn't have bought it, I would have bought it, but he ended up buying it. So, and he's actually been, I seen it at his house, and it has a bookmark, so he's been reading it, so that's cool. Again, Earn Dog, you should come out with me to these things more, and most importantly, you should pick up your pencil and start drawing again. But anyways, that's it, guys. That's it for the haul. I think I got nothing coming up until November, so I got a lot of reading to do though. So that should keep me busy. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share with your friends, tell everybody, and hit me in the comments, man. I always appreciate the comments. And that's it. So like I always say, get off of YouTube, go read some fucking comics.